YouTube. Today we are looking at these knives. We're actually looking at them because they're fighting knives. This is a USMC Kabar, more or less, and this is a very interesting piece. It's like a I would say a stubbier gladius that's more leaf shaped, but we're gonna get into it. This is not actually a USMC piece of paraphernalia. A gentleman that I believe is not totally retired, I don't know if he's doing it anymore, he made this, sold it to me for like nothing, basically $40. This is the Ontario K-bar, basically. I mean, it basically is the same thing. And then this is actually the SP9. SP9. All right, so first and foremost, this I believe is 7 inches. I happen to have, you can see, yep, 7 inches about. And then this, I think, will be about 6. But obviously, it has 2 edges. Well, maybe not obviously. Maybe you don't know. Now, I've kind of talked about it a little bit on the channel. I've had to put up my stuff when I'm not actively going over it, simply because some of the transients, I live in the hood, some of the transients are being pesky, and I don't want to leave things out for them. If they were to boot in my door, I've got stuff hidden away. And yeah, we're gonna move on before I make a joke that I can't on YouTube. Anyway, it was a hiding joke. Use your imagination. We got Ontario, USA. This is probably 1075, I hope. For this, I don't think I would want 1095, simply because I want it to be more like a saw blade than like a dining utensil blade. Although 1095, obviously really high-end cutlery, it always has been. I'm just saying, I would rather have 1075. Anywhere between 1050 and 1075, even ADC RV2, which is going to be about like a 1086, 1085. And I believe this is 1075. So right there, that tells you something. With a fighting knife, you're not necessarily wanting the super hard, super high-end steels. At least, look, I'm a former Marine. I served in a combat role in Iraq as a machine gunner. I'm a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I've competed nationally. I bounced for years and years and years. I've put the hurting on many a folk. Not stabbed anybody yet, though. But I'm just saying, I might know a thing or two about what someone should probably want in a defensive blade. Maybe you don't, though. Maybe you want a VG10 blade that will chip out and maybe even shatter against someone's spine if you use it. Or maybe you don't think about things like that because you only, I don't know, man, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that get into like the prepping and ADC stuff and they really just, it's like, what are you doing here? But that's fine. It's all good. I just know that you don't want super hard, super high-end steels for some things, believe it or not. So this is obviously going to give us 1 inch more reach, which is going to matter a lot when it comes to this, because one of the biggest areas that you're going to be looking at besides the neck are going to be the eyes and the face, because people are going to react really poorly to being cut or having an eye gouged out. They're going to freak out and run away. And that's kind of what you want if you're defending yourself. This is going to give you a little bit of lead there over this. But this, as far as swinging and chopping, although this, I mean, can do it as well, the way that I can say, because it's double-edged, if I miss, I don't have to do anything except come back, right? And I can just attack again. And this would also be great for a thrusting up the gut type of thing. And I'm bringing this up, I'm bringing these two blades up because I have another one of these in the box on the way, which is nice. That's great, actually. Because unlike the Kabar, there's only so many of these. And I don't think that this blade was super popular. So there's probably a lot less of these than the SB10 Raider, Marine Raider, if I was going to talk about the Ontario SP line. And I'm trying to snatch up these before they disappear forever. I wanted two, not just one. Simply because I don't see... If I was to have something like this custom made, we're looking at like $300 to $400, pretty easily. But I just bought another one of these. This was less than 100 when I got it. It's also used. The new one I got is like $100. Cheers, by the way. So yeah, we'll have another fighting knife in the collection, or I will, using the royal we, in a sense. I just thought I would bust these dudes out. You can see this one has a rat tail. This goes through the rat tail. There's the bottom of it. I know there's a lot of people that poo-poo the rat tail. I talked about this recently even, but this knife is really not designed for EDC, unless your EDC is specifically involving a fighting knife. Like when I carry a fighting knife, I always have this on me. So it's not like, it's not the only knife I have, and I usually have another smaller, like the slip joint. So it's not like being super held back by the design or the intention. And you can still use this for a lot of things. But just, if it's not for batoning, that's not the primary of really any knife. It's not meant for batoning. I get that you might have to baton some pieces of wood, but that amount is minuscule compared to what people actually do, simply because they feel out of the need of some weird, like, bushcraft fantasy. They need to baton everything and then make feather sticks. Which, you know, look, if you want to do that, dude, that's awesome. Like, go for it. But to me, that's just a weird waste of time. Not that it's not a worthwhile skill to have, and I should probably practice my bushcraft. I just think that when it gets to, like, fetishizing it to the point where you're like, oh, I don't like this rat tail tang knife because I can't do this weird autistic thing that I got off the internet, and now I'm hyper focusing on because I'm a weirdo. You know, and I say that all lightly. It's all a joke, obvious. I don't mean, I'm not trying to be insulting to my viewers. It's just that that's not really what you should be doing with a knife. Right? I mean, I have a hatchet. I'm not going to go grab it, but I could grab. I just feel like people get this weird need to fill out, you know, like they want to get a Kepart blade and literally be Kepart. And, you know, I have a Kepart blade, and I also have a, what is the other one? The Nesmuk, which is a very, you know, I like the Scandi grind on it. It's just that fighting knives are for fighting. All right. And I get that a bunch of people, they're not like really about it. So the knives are really for opening Amazon packages. And I'm not saying I wouldn't open an Amazon package, But if you come at me fighting wise and I got a fighting knife on me, you're going to meet the steel. You're going to taste the steel and you're going to see what's up. Just like if I were to carry a weapon and you were to do something insane where I had to defend myself, I would. I would suggest anyone else that's dude, self-defense isn't violence, it's intelligence, as Malcolm X said. There's no reason for you to stand there and die. There's no duty to get your ass kicked. But yeah, I wanted to check these out, look them over, kind of refresh the memory of the channel. Because I'm going to have another one in the stable. Yeah, that's about all she wrote for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Hope you folks have a good rest of your day. Bye now.